Here's what I wanted to show you quickly, your lymphatic system. The fluid from your head and neck is going to cluster around the ears, behind the ears, and down the neck. It's going to dump into the right and left lymphatic ducts in the hollow above your collarbone, the subclavian vein. All of the fluid from your torso and most of your arm is going into your armpit, the axillary lymph nodes. Some is going to go along the sternum line on each side. The front and back of your torso will drain into those axillary nodes. In your stomach, you have a lot of lymphatic tissue. You have your lymphatic organs in there, your spleen, creating your T and B lymphocytes that fight off infection. And in the cisterna chyli that absorbs the fat. That's why doing lymphatic self-massage is going to help with the fat absorption and metabolism in your body. That's why lymphatic self-massage in the abdomen is so great and important. The inguinal nodes at the top of your thigh are going to take the fluid all the way from the legs up. So as we do lymphatic self-massage, let's think about where we're going. Deep breath. Exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale. That deep breathing is going to help stimulate the lymphatic movement from the lower half of your body through the thoracic duct, up through the abdomen, back into the bloodstream for recirculation. Take your clean hands, place them in the hollow above the collarbone. It's a very, very gentle downward stroke. You're not gliding on the skin and you're moving slowly. You're pressing very, very gently. You want to move that fluid from behind that ear down towards the neck. Keep breathing and swallow. Make a Spock movement of your separation of your hands, and you can really gather the fluid from behind the ear, and then the finger in front of the ear it moves like a half circle going. You're aiming it back and down. As I've been doing this to myself every single day, about 3 or 4 times a day, moving the fluid in the armpit. You can also bring your hand down like you would kind of do that fart mechanism. For breastfeeding, this is also so great. As I was mentioning before, imagine your nipple and imagine like the rays of a sunshine radiating out. You don't want to move fluid into the breast. Gentle and slowly, and you don't want to do too much. Best to do it after you do a feeding. Don't forget to stimulate the intercostals, the spaces in between the rib cage. Use your fingertips. It's a slight gentle pulse and breathe. So one of the best things you can do for your abdomen, I usually do this lying down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You want to take from that left hip up to the left rib cage, and then from that right rib cage down to the right hip bone, down. And then you can do these little scoopy scoops down under the navel. God, that feels good. Breathe. So many people suffer from constipation. So try to move that, literally try to move that crap out. You can do this. I give myself an abdominal massage all the time. I'm not trying to be aggressive in my abdomen. I'm just sort of like first, I think of it in 2 or 3 different stages. That first, saying hello to that landscape, kind of treating myself as if I was a young kid and being very gentle and loving and self-accepting with myself. And then as I kind of move through, I might see a little more stuck areas, and it's okay to go a little bit deeper.
Is there a way that we know when we can feel that difference of when we go from the gentle nurturing?
You'll feel it. I mean, you're just going to sort of maybe spend a couple more moments in a particular area. For instance, if I'm starting off nice and gentle, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I really am feeling something a little stuck here. Again, I'm not jabbing in, but I'm just going to spend a little bit more time with a little more circles. Next are your inguinal nodes, okay? So with your inguinal nodes, the way you can do this, if you're sitting down, leg lifts. You can do leg lifts. Your hand placement is right at the top of the thigh at the inguinal node. So you can do a bunch of leg lifts.
If we were to take a walk or put our legs up against the wall or go on a rebounder, would we do this before or after?
You can do either.
Is it possible to reduce the size of the swollen lymph nodes that have been there for years?
It is. But I want you to work with somebody when we're out of quarantine who knows what they're doing. I never want you to shove into a swollen lymph nodes, right? Inflammation comes to heal. We had a question about a kid who has swollen lymph nodes. Sometimes those actually correct themselves. You don't want to work directly on that lymph node, but just gently work here, gently work the stomach, gently work the armpit. Again, it's going to help systemically. Your gua sha tools can be great, but often what you'll see in the instruction booklet is they tell you to go from the neck up, and that's to help bring nutrients for anti-aging to the face. But I come from a lymphatic lens, and so first I recommend downward and flush out the waste and debris first. How inflammatory stress is, unfortunately, I try to tell people all the time not to stress about the stress. However, sometimes we're going to stress until we don't stress no more. But that's why I really want to encourage you to do your deep breathing, to make sure you're getting a lot of sleep and a lot of rest. If you can nap, or if you want to take a minute and watch TV, one of the things I'm trying to do is to just take it and my emotions moment by moment. We don't know what's going to happen down the road. And so if we can find those momentary ways to take care of our stress, that's why I'm trying to get a lot of sleep, and I'm trying to have little moments of exercise.
Someone's asking, is there a strong link between lymphatic systems and chronic migraine?
Migraines, you have lymphatic vessels in the brain that are responsible or that help clear out some of that amyloid plaque when we sleep. And so what can happen is some of that congestion that gets built up over time, the lymph vessels in the brain, they narrow and they can't move that lymph, the excess waste. And what is the best time to practice this? It can be daily. It can be every other day. I try not to tell people to do something 7 days a week because that's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. So I might say to yourself, do it 3 or 4 times a day. If you can do some daily lymph massage in the head and neck, I have videos posted on my IG account for headaches, for congestion. I know that it's helped a lot of my clients mitigate their headaches from doing their own self-massage.
Can you get sick if you're rebounding and have lots of toxins in your body?
I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. Your lymphatic system is your detoxification system of your body. So if you have some trapped toxins and you're starting to release them as they move through your body, you can get dizzy. You could start to feel nauseous. I've had people start to feel very uncomfortable. But what you will find is the more that you do it, the more that you're cleansing, you're going to have less crap to detoxify because you're doing a little more efficiently, a little period of time, and it won't happen as much.
Can lymphatic massage help with IBS or C?
Yes. I mean, so the gut lymphatics make up 70% of your immune system. You have lymph nodes all around the walls of the small intestines. Their job is to be the first line of defense and recognize foodborne infection and prevent that. It will also help with absorption of fat and help your metabolism. It's going to help boost your immune system in these times. And it's also going to be a really great way to bring you down into that parasympathetic nervous system. So that's where healing occurs, is in that calm parasympathetic nervous system state. So the more that we can do to help calm ourselves, that's going to also translate to our family and hopefully consciously into the world.
Any food recommendations for lymph health or supplements?
Well, for supplements, I'm going to refer you to Organic Olivia. I'm going to refer you to Alyssa Goodman because I am not an herbalist. I do have a list of anti-inflammatory herbs that are great. Obviously, ginger, golden seal, echinacea, calendula, nettle, violet, astragalus, dandelion, licorice, ocotillo, tulsi, manutha, chickweed, comfrey, red clover, rhodiola, turmeric. Those are all great. So I want you working with an herbalist. I'm going to leave you with this. Visit the Lymphatic Message, my IGTV. I have a lot of lymphatic self-massage videos up there that I will keep posting. If you want to have a Skype session with me and we could get into your own personal lymphatic self-massage, you're welcome to do that. I'm not pushing that at all. I mean, everyone is out of work, and so feel free to do the free content. Everybody stay well, stay healthy, tend to your lymph system. It's an integral, it is your immune system, and take care of one another and check in on each other.